Hey everybody, Ed and I are in South Florida right now, and today we'd like to show you some of the invasive reptiles of the state.
Alright, so do you want to explain what we're doing out here in case we can't find what we're truly looking for and we have to put this in the original herping video?
We are trying to make a video all about finding chameleons in Fort Myers, Florida, and we know a couple places they've been seen in the past, so we wanted to come out and try to find one so we can make a video all about them, but instead of a chameleon, and we've been searching for a few hours, so I don't think that video is going to happen. Instead of one of those, Ed found a Cuban Nitinol.
Yeah.
So where is he?
Okay, we have to re-find him again. Give us a second. Alright, yep, he is right up there.
Yep, there he is, just chilling there.
Chilling up there.
Yep.
Look at that face.
So the Cuban Nitinol is another invasive species to Florida, and it'd be cool if we could catch him. If he was close enough, we could do a segment about them, but he is really far away.
He's high up there, and they're not like chameleons where they'll just grab on and kind of hold. If we got something up to get him, he'd skitter away.
Oh yeah.
Here he comes.
Oh jeez.
Oh, he's right in front of us.
He's right here. He's right here. Ah, I got him.
Nice.
Oh, he's, ow. Ow.
You okay?
Ow. Oh my gosh, he's got a strong bite. Dude, let go. Oh my gosh.
You okay?
Yeah, I think he broke the skin, but that's okay. It's worth it. Oh my gosh. All right, let's recoup and grab the camera.
Sorry. You okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. You jerk. We caught him.
Yes, we did.
Caught a lizard. It's not a chameleon like we were hoping for, but that's still an awesome lizard. This is the Cuban Nitinol, also known as the giant anole. Their scientific name is Anolis equestris, and as their name implies, they are native to Cuba and Puerto Rico, and they have been introduced into South Florida. They were accidentally introduced back in the 1950s. I don't know exactly how it happened, but they've been here a while, and they are pretty much established. They are known for having big attitudes. They are insanely territorial, and if another male shows up, they will stand up really tall on all four of their legs, and they open up their mouth, they stretch out their dewlap, and they kind of shuffle sideways to assert dominance or whatever. And if you catch one, they're gonna bite, and they have a very strong bite too. This guy broke my skin, but it wasn't too bad, but he is definitely not happy. He or she. They're very difficult to sex too. Like, you can't just look at their dewlap. They have a light pink dewlap, and unlike other smaller species of anoles where only males have like a bright red dewlap that they use to show off, both the males and the females have a light pink dewlap for the Cuban Nitinol. So you can't really sex them based off of that. You can't sex them based off of the presence of pores, because neither of them have those. So you really have to look at the shape of their head, and males tend to have like a more robust shaped head, whereas females have a head that's more slender in shape. But when you're just looking at one, it's really hard to tell. You really need to see them side by side in order to sex an individual. The Cuban Nitinol is a very arboreal species, meaning they live high up in the tree canopies. They rarely come down to the ground, but they will to grab some food or some water. They eat primarily insects when they are young, and when they get older, they get big enough to not only eat larger insects, but also small vertebrates, and they've been seen eating fruit, and they will regularly eat fruit. So that means they're actually pretty decent seed dispersers for various species of fruit. This is the world's largest species of anole, and they grow to around 13 to 20 inches long. So this is, and that includes the tail. But this is definitely not, well, this could be considered a small adult, but they can definitely grow to be much longer. They have a nice long tail too.
Yeah, they do.
That's actually what Ed saw. That's what caught your eye, right?
Yeah, he was hanging in the tree, his tail was hanging down, or her tail was hanging down.
You gave yourself away, buddy.
And I saw it and I'm like, wait, no way. Because
Sure
I was
enough.
not expecting to find anything down here.
Yeah, it wasn't a chameleon, but this is a close second. This is still a really cool animal.
Yeah, it is.
They're actually a really pretty lizard too. They have some nice blues on their sides and into their tail. They have some nice yellow coloration on their sides, like underneath their legs here, as well as along their lips. And again, that dewlap is that nice pink color. Can't
really see it on camera right now.
Does it look white on camera?
It's totally white,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the blues are also faded out except in the tail right now.
it has a pink mouth.
Yeah, totally pink mouth.
In case you couldn't tell, they like showing off their mouths.
Yeah, especially when they're not happy.
Yeah, this one looks really nice though. However, since this is an invasive, non-native species, we're gonna have to hang on to you, and we'll probably end up deworming it and just treating him for general parasites like you would any wild-caught specimen, and then finding him an adoptive home. Just something nice and big, because he's been in the wild. He deserves to have a lot of space because he knows what it's like to live in the wild. So hopefully we can find someone who can give him a nice, luxurious home in captivity.
Or will he live at the facility so people can see him?
Maybe. We'll have to see if we'll have an enclosure there. I guess we'll see. That'd be cool if that could work out, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, buddy. You got your vengeance on me. You sure bit me well.
Now we have to see if we can put him in something. Do we have anything in the car?
We didn't plan ahead. We didn't bring a container.
No, we did not.
I'm just gonna keep holding on to him, and I guess we'll keep herping. Here, he can give you a little kiss.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Just a little kiss on your nose.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm not getting closer than that. You like to eat small native anoles. Yeah, that's why you're a problem here. Alright, I guess we're gonna keep herping and see what else we can find.
Yep.
Huh. We literally just finished up the segment about Cuban Nitinols, and then we came across a green anole in the tree. That's your food, dude. Look, you'd go chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah.
Can we catch him?
I mean, your hands are full. Mine's got a flashlight and holding on to this tree, but I can definitely try.
You can do it. You got it. You got it.
Got him.
Nice. Well, there you go. This is an actual native species.
Yeah, this is the native anole.
Versus
the... Oh, gosh! Get me away from him!
No, I'm not going to let him eat you. Don't worry. You're native. You're okay.
Yeah, we like you. We don't see you anymore, unfortunately.
So this is Anolis equestris, the largest species of anole, and Anolis carolinensis, the native anole down here in Florida.
Yep.
Invasive and big, native and small. He is not having it.
He's like, I don't want to be next to that big guy.
I don't blame you. Here, I'll take him away.
All right.
We'll let you go.
We'll put you back in your tree.
Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Nom, 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 nom. I'd feel bad, but these are really invasive, and this is actually the best way to hold them.
Look, there's a little frog in this tree, too.
No. Oh, my gosh.
He is
Oh.
He is adorable. Can I get you? Can you come onto my hand?
Come on. Oh. Goodbye.
Good
Merry
job.
Christmas, little frog.
Yep, and lizard. We took one of your predators out of your habitat.
You're welcome.
Yep. Well, this is a strange sighting. So that white, Emily might have to put this in, like outline it or something like that. But right in the center is actually a corn snake up there.
He's like 20 feet high.
Yeah, I guess rat snakes don't care. They'll climb. They're definitely climbers. So if you ever think in captivity that corn snakes won't climb, you know, this is, yeah, here. So he is up there.
Yeah.
There's Emily. There's where he is.
That's crazy.
That's insane that he's that far up there. He is just having a good old time. Probably just sleeping.
I don't want to take him down, though. He worked really hard.
No, he worked really hard. He's right up there. You can see tail's down there right in the center of the frame. It kind of goes up and around, and his head's right there. Oh, the things you see when you're herping in Florida in the trees.
I've never seen something like that before.
Neither have I.
But still no chameleons.
No chameleons.
Weird. I've never seen a roach in a tree.
He's eating that berry. He likes that berry.
He's red.
Okay, Emily has just found the cutest little frog. I think he takes the cake.
He is so cute.
He is less than the size of a dime.
Florida has the cutest frogs, hands
Yes,
down.
they do.
Prove me wrong. Oh my gosh. That's a Burmese python. He was not You've been hit. He was not there when we came. Are you still alive? Okay, well, he's not suffering at least, but oh my gosh. So this is the species that is taking over the Everglades. I did not think we were ever gonna find one of these. I mean, the reptile owner in me feels really bad that this guy got hit by a car, but we're gonna call the DNR, make sure that we're reporting what we need to, but I suppose this is a good thing because this is a highly invasive species. The Burmese python was introduced back in 1992. Well, there were a couple sightings in the 80s, I believe, in the Everglades of Burmese pythons, but then the big introduction was back in 1992. Hurricane Andrew destroyed a Burmese python breeding facility just north of the Everglades, released about, if I remember correctly, 200 individuals, and now that those are all adults and they're breeding in the wild, they're just taking over. And as of a couple of years ago, there were an estimated 1 to 300,000 individuals now in the Everglades. And not only does the Burmese python eat all of the native rodents like rabbits and foxes and raccoons, even small alligators down here, they also encourage the spread of the Everglades virus, which nowadays we all know how serious that can be. And they also eat endangered species like the key largo wood rat. So they are causing a lot of issues down in the Everglades. I mean, I feel bad because it's not their fault that they are invasive and they're really prolific, and it's not just the Burms down here. There's reticulated pythons and rock pythons down here too.
There's some boas.
Some boas outside of Miami. It's just that the Burmese python has taken over so much and they cause so much damage as a result. That's why everyone is aware of the Burms causing all of this destruction. But they make amazing pet snakes as long as you have enough room for them. I mean, they're pretty docile. They're gorgeous snakes. I mean, look at that pattern. So
yeah, I would say compared to retics, they're a lot easier to handle.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're a lot more docile.
The kind of snake they are, a large snake breed.
They're kind of dumber than retics, I think.
Yep.
That's what makes them look really cute. So it is really sad to see one hit by a car, as good as it still is for the environment in the long run. But wow, I cannot believe.
We had talked about if we were going to find a Burmese python down here, and I still can't believe we really did.
Yeah, this is Burm territory, but I never thought we'd actually see one. After talking to a couple of people, it sounds like the best action here is actually just to leave them on the road, because park rangers kind of run this road pretty frequently and they'll be able to pick them up. So we're going to call it in, but not collect them at all, because that's kind of a touchy subject out in the Everglades too, not touching the wildlife. Yeah, so we're just going to leave them here, one less for the invasive Burmese python population, and let's see what else we can find. Wow. Look what I just found. Come here. Come here.
Oh,
Yes.
He is not happy.
Oh, no, he is not. This is a brown anole, otherwise known as a Bahamian anole. He is a male. You can tell because he has this beautiful orangey dewlap, which I figure I'll point out right now. Oh, he sucked it back in.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not very happy right now. But this is a small species of anole that is also invasive here in Florida. The scientific name is Anole segrii, and they grow to around 5 to 8 inches long, which is the same adult length for a green anole, which is the native species here in Florida, and their scientific is Anolis carolinensis. The big problem, though, is that the Bahamian anole likes to eat green anoles, baby green anoles, and they'll also outcompete them for food. These were introduced back in the 1950s/70s accidentally, probably on some sort of shipment. I don't know exactly how they were introduced, can't really figure that out, and the exact timing they were introduced to this area seems to be a little bit fuzzy too, but they have been so well established here and they are such prolific breeders that there's no chance of eradicating the brown anole from Florida at this point. So they're pretty much just a new native, even though they're non-native originally, but they are part of Florida's ecosystem now, and they have learned to coexist with green anoles in some areas. If there are large shrubs or large trees where both the Bahamian anoles and the green anoles are present, the Bahamians will live closer to the ground, whereas the greens will move further up into the trees to lessen their competition with one another, and they can sometimes coexist. However, if they make their way to an area that only has shorter shrubs, and therefore the green anoles have nowhere up to go, these will eat all of the offspring and outcompete them for food. So then you don't see any of the native green anoles anymore, just the Bahamians.
And that's pretty much what's happening in this area, is the Bahamians are just taking over.
Yeah, where we're staying here at Ed's parents' house, there aren't a ton of taller trees, so you only see the Bahamian anoles here. He is so upset with me
Yes,
right now.
he is. He is offended by what you did to him. So mad. What did he eat? Can we see down his throat?
Oh, he's open that much?
Yeah, he's like way open.
My goodness. But, I mean, they're really pretty little lizards. I mean, look at that back. They are beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love the diamond patterning they've got down there.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, they are a really pretty little lizard. Unlike green anoles, which can change from green to brown depending on kind of their temperature and their mood at that particular time, Bahamian anoles they're only brown. They don't really change any green coloration or anything fancy like that.
Yep.
So there you have it. This is again, Anolis segrii, if you want a fun word to learn today. It's kind of a fun scientific name to say. And you sound really smart when you say Anolis segrii instead of Bahamian anole. But there's the little cutie for you. Cute, but invasive. And there we have a curly-tailed lizard at the base of this tree, and they are impossible to catch.
Yeah, he's got a hole that he's hopping towards.
Oh, he's just gonna hop in the hole.
Alright, so Emily is searching a hole in a tree for a curly-tailed lizard.
He's in here, I know it. I'm just nervous to reach into the hole.
This is how you get stung.
Ah, I feel him, I feel him.
Get him!
Ah,
Get him, Emily!
ah, he's
Get
on
him?
the top of my hand. Ah, oh, he tried to bite me.
That's good.
Ah.
You get him? You got him! Holy
Oh my
moly!
gosh! Look at that. Oh, I had him pinned between the top of my hand and the base of the tree, and I'm like, how do I grab him from here? Oh, and the Quakers are taking off again.
Oh yeah.
What have I done?
2 invasives in one shot.
Yeah, look at that. That is, oh, they're flying into the park. What? Okay, my mistake. They are not Quakers. They are Conyers. Ah,
Where'd that cherry-headed conure go?
That's a wide-eyed conure. Yeah, and there was a cherry-headed.
Hi, cuties. Oh, there's a cherry-headed way up there in that tree.
Oh my gosh.
There's some white-eyed. So it's a group of white-eyed hanging out with cherry-headed.
Wow. Up above us in this, what we think is a gumbo limbo tree, actually, they're eating the berries, are cherry-headed conures and white-eyed conures. We totally weren't expecting this. The difference between the two species is, as the name implies, the cherry-headed conures have a pretty red face, and the white-eyed conures have a thick white ring around their eyes. But the cherry-headed conures are all green as juveniles, so they don't have the red masks yet, so they look like the white eyes. So as you're watching, keep an eye out for the thick white ring, and those are your white-eyed conures. Both of these species are not native to Florida, and there's actually over 150 species of birds that are not native to Florida, making them the largest group of animals that are invasive here. These conures were introduced, I believe, in the 1970s. They were all escaped pets, or they're descendants of escaped pets that people would have, didn't want anymore, and they let free, and just like any other invasive down here, they seem to do amazingly well in this climate. Fun fact, cherry-headed conures are considered the best talker of all the conure species. These guys are found in both southern Florida and in California, so it's really cool to be able to see, I mean, yeah, they're invasive, but it's still kind of cool, being a bird nerd, to see wild cherry-headed conures and white-eyed conures.
Yeah, also seeing them just forage and fly around and
Yeah.
do their normal thing up there, and they're also dropping nuts on us.
Yeah, that's true. They're totally eating above us right now and squabbling with one another, but occasionally a seed hull is falling on us here.
Alright, so a new batch of birds came in, and the first batch are not happy.
They do not like that one.
Yeah, that one is a jerk apparently.
Unfortunately, both of these species are considered agricultural pests because, as you can see, they're decimating the fruit on this tree, and they do the same in agricultural fields. They will just plow through and eat all of the fruit that's being grown and harvested by farmers, and they completely destroy their crop. They're also an issue for the native wildlife here because they will take the hollowed out cavities inside of trees to use as their nests. They're not only able to just claim an empty one as their own, but they will push out native species of birds and then take it as their own.
I also have to imagine, hearing how loud they are, that they're a nuisance for people just having the loudness of the birds.
Gosh, they are so loud.
Especially
oh
at night and early morning.
Yeah, dawn and dusk, they're very active and very loud, and that can be an issue for residents here. There's not only these conures that are invasive here in Florida, but also Amazon parrots and even up to macaws are invasive in this state. It's insane. There's about 30 species of parrots that are invasive in Florida.
Why couldn't we have run across macaws in the wild?
I know, I wish we, like a flock of balloon golds.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
sweet.
that would have been cool. I mean, they are invasive. Not good to see them.
I would
But
still like to
it's
see
still
them.
really cool to see them out here, not gonna lie.
Oh, there they go.
Wow.
Wow, they are loud.
And just like that, they're
It's
gone.
quiet now. You do know
Wow.
you still have a curly tail in your hand, right?
Oh, that's right! We were talking about curly-tailed lizards. Well, I guess we could wrap up the video with him.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sure. This is the northern curly-tailed lizard, or Leocephalus carinatus, and this is another invasive species down in Florida. And he's actually, he's a small adult, or I'd say an average adult. They can grow up to 11 inches with their tail, but that is unusually large for these guys. As their name, the curly-tailed lizard, implies, when they're feeling threatened, they will curl up their tail to distract predators into grabbing their tail end instead of their head end, and then they can drop their tail and regrow it as one of of their defense mechanisms. Like other lizards though, when they regrow their tail it never looks the same, but at least it helps them survive. They also use their tails to communicate with other curly-tailed lizards. You'll often see one of these next to their hidey hole and another one next to his hidey hole, and you'll see them communicating with different tail postures. It's kind of cool. We actually got to see that because he was near another one too.
You got an anole.
Oh my gosh. He's totally eating an anole.
Oh.
Well, there it goes.
I mean, that anole is now lunch.
Good job, Heron.
Hey, it's probably a brown anole.
Oh, I'm sure it was, yeah. Well, they say where there's curly tails, there aren't any green anoles. Because the curly tails push the brown anoles up, and the green anoles are already up, and so they can't go any further, so then those get predated, and they go extinct, or they're extirpated where these are present. So yeah, I'm sure that was a Bahamian anole.
Yep.
So it was invasive anyway.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Good job.
Good job. Take one for the team. Anyway, the curly-tailed lizards were introduced in Florida way back in 1935 when, if you can believe it, a few of these escaped from a local zoo and started the breeding population. But it didn't really kick off until about 10 years later, so in the 1940s, when a farmer purposefully released about 40 of these onto his sugarcane property to eradicate the bugs. And that is what really helped these become established in Florida. The problem with curly-tailed lizards, though, is that they will outcompete the native small species of lizards for food, and they'll even eat the smaller species of lizards like green anoles. They will eat just about anything and everything. These will eat not only insects and small vertebrates, but they'll also eat fruits and plant matter, and they'll eat human food. They like greasy food, if you can believe it. There was one of these that was captured in a pizza parlor, and it was dissected because it looked rather plump, and they found a small green anole, they found insects, and they found pizza grease. These
Along
are
with sand.
And sand, yeah, so it was probably impacted too. But these are like trash pandas, or trash lizards, I guess.
Lizards.
Yeah, they'll eat anything they can catch. There are actually 29 different species of Laocephalus, or curly-tailed lizards, and again, this is just the northern curly-tail that is such a big issue in Florida. They are all, however, difficult to sex. Like, you can go by their size. Males are generally bigger than females, but other than that, it's really difficult to sex these little dudes. Like, they don't have femoral pores like bearded dragons and many other captively kept lizards do, so you kind of just have to go on the size of them. The only other way you can really sex these is, along with other difficult to sex lizards, if they poop and they evert their hemipenes, it's obviously a male, but what are the odds that you're going to see that? But with this, I think we are going to wrap up today's invasive species of Florida video. I would say invasive reptiles, but then those Conyers showed up, and that was an awesome little bonus. We also did see an iguana run across the path, which we were trying to find for this video, but turns out in December in Miami, you can't find a single green iguana everywhere, anywhere.
You'll find one or two.
Yeah, and then they disappear.
Yep. Then they hit a tree and they're gone.
Maybe we'll do a part 2 of the invasive reptiles in Florida. Come back during a better time, get like cane toads and green iguanas and some other stuff. But I think this is a good starter for invasives for today's video.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them down here. We can probably make a part 2.
Oh yeah. As always, I'd like to thank our amazing Patreon backers for allowing us to make an awesome trip here to teach you about the invasives in Florida. I'm so happy that we were able to catch quite a few different species here today. And we'd like to thank everybody who's here watching our videos as well, and we'll see you all next time.
Oh, he just got a baby...
Is that an iguana?
Baby iguana.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
Those herons are better at herping than we are.
Yeah, they are. Wow. So, we just caught this guy catching this green iguana out in the open right next to us that we completely missed. And I think he's gonna eat it. Well, that's a meal and a half for him. We need to take lessons from him on herping.
We're out all day trying to find iguanas, and then we're sitting 10 feet away from one, and he snatches it.
Good job, dude.
While we've been filming this little bit here, he has eaten a brown anole and an iguana.
Yeah, so now he's gonna go back over there and get another snack.
I think Florida Fish and Wildlife needs to hire him as an invasive control rep.
They need to release more of those native birds to eat them.
Yeah, really. Actually really good seed dispensers for different fruit species down in Cuba and Puerto Rico and...
Sorry, bugs.
That's right. You like to eat small native anoles. Yeah, that's why you're a problem here. Tell us where the chameleons are.
Yeah.
All we want is one chameleon for this video. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, chameleon. Please show yourself. Please show yourself.
And this is what I get to deal with on herping trips.
It works. It's the chameleon summoning song.
It hasn't worked yet.
You just have to sing it enough.
Oh, okay.
You're
Well,
gonna
I'm gonna
hear
go
this.
over there
There's 8 verses I came up with.
and not hear you say that. Oh, what in?
You dropping stuff on
Don't
me?
be throwing stuff at me. How dare you, you little turd?
Quit throwing stuff at me, birds. Hey,
Oh, it's right above you.
it's you.
It's
You're
those two.
dropping seed holes on us. Okay, by the time we started the camera, a second flock showed up, and the first flock and the second flock do not like each other, apparently. But above us in this tree, which we think is a gumbo limbo tree, is this gonna work?
I think it will.
Okay, but above us in this tree, which we think is a gumbo limbo tree, we could be wrong, but it resembles it.
Oh, there they
Wow!
go. Wow, they are loud.